It's like us live on YouTube.
Yeah? Where?
Right there.
No.
Well, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Alright, almost live. This one's still almost alive. Hi, live. Hello to life. Nice to see you guys.
Now I'm born in New Jersey.
Behind the camera.
To some degree. Born in New Jersey. I'm born in New Jersey. Dying me. It'd be nice if computers didn't judge my posts.
Why are you on it then?
Well, it's not unlegal. When they use it maliciously. Yeah, I'm always getting banned from...
Computers, fuck people, we're all chill. Hopefully. But no, I mean, we're not.
I don't know.
Great.
So when Santa gives you coal for your birthday and there ends up being a big diamond in it, what? The bad kid gets the diamond.
Oh, the bad kid shovels the coal into the train and keeps it going or some weird shit, probably. I don't know.
So I call the Pyro videos gym shorts because they're like Jesus shorts. Little moments of adventing where you vent your heart. That doesn't look healthy.
Yeah. Doesn't sound healthy.
Yeah, people.
Those guys again?
I think so.
People. Shit.
That's what they said. That there's a card in all. We wrote a different game, a different choice. We weren't even the wall.
It's all about narwhals. Yeah. Escaping a gnarly wall.
She got a new guitar.
What color?
Does that look familiar? I'm feeling uncomfortable while I'm feeling alright otherwise. Yeah. It's so strange. I'm fighting over the idea of filming within its prompt. I think they do it, I don't know what they call it, mise en scène? Scène? Like you're on a stage, so there's the fourth wall is always like the audience, and you don't have anywhere else to go. Sort of like looking into this room. But like if I was going to the house and film, I don't have the mise en scène or whatever. I don't know if that's the right word at all. Because I have this scene for telling the story when the dad's telling the kids. I guess the kids are sitting down being told the story how I met your mothers. I'm telling the kids. Matching the riff, the rhyme of
yeah, sorry. My riff and rhyme doesn't line up, I guess.
Yeesh. Language pronunciation. Apparently it's expensive. Now turn it over. You don't need to dig it around the ground. So I have dog training boards. Teach dogs to talk. Someone created these ones. They're boards, just like buttons. Like that light button, that light over there. You see the light, the push button light thingy? Mm-hmm. You press it and it makes it, and it says, yes! Door! Outside? Poop, please! Or whatever, and you teach the dogs to talk to you. And you teach them grammar and things. And then they communicate. It's a metaphor.
So you want to go play?
I don't know. This is a hierarchical map from Havona through those systems out to the hierarchy thing. Hi.
Hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm good.
I'm glad.
Not the Sloans?
Yeah.
Okay.
My parents are coming home today or tomorrow.
Oh,
at the moment.
they're Ed Week, I think, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is.
That's good. I was stopping by seeing how they are.
Well, they're doing good. Last I checked, they sent me a picture of my niece and a mailbox as they were playing up in my sister's home and whatnot, having a very nice time. It seemed.
Ed Week is really fun.
I've went once with them, and it was enjoyable walking around the campus and being around the area, the classes and things, different environments, and
Swamped people.
it sounded like it a little bit.
We went to Hawaii once, and it was much quieter and much easier to deal with.
Yeah, the surrounding atmosphere a little lighter.
Yeah, a little bit better. I don't know. Provo was beautiful. I'm a minister, you know, the LDS thing.
Yeah, very.
So
Quite familiar.
So I'm brand new, so I just thought I'd stop by.
Oh, running basic, not visiting teaching, not not the ladies
It
one.
used to be home teaching. Now it's ministering.
Administrating,
Ministering.
ministering.
Yeah. So instead of a structured thing, it's just a matter of stopping by and seeing how they are, seeing if they're okay, and checking in.
Yeah, I was. That sounds close to my concerns on that topic a little bit. That's cool. I'm glad that is happening or whatnot.
Are you guys sons and daughters? Sons?
I'm his eldest son, second born. This is a gentleman friend from the general neighborhood, just across the street, within near the lake behind the building. There's the building over here, and there's the lake. He's just on the other side.
Yeah.
Mud Lake.
Yeah, Mud Lake. Yeah, exactly. I call it Mud Lake too. Yeah.
Played there,
Just
played there.
down to it.
Kids grew up and they're playing with the lizards.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like a great growth.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Childhood
Your
and all.
name?
I'm Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Okay, I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Nice to meet you,
Southwick.
Steve. I'm
Southwick?
Brian.
Brad, Southwick.
South.
Yeah, the weird one around.
Are you? Weird's not such a terrible.
Weird's good.
Yeah. As long as you keep your own temple good for it.
And you are
Brian.
Brian. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a bunch. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
No worries.
particularly on your on our father's business.
Yeah. Alrighty, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you have fun.
Take it easy.
Change their rules in accordance to my will into something that sounds more Protestant than LDS. But no, that was right. All they did was change some language on that thought. I'm not, what? Alright. Good. Uh-huh. I've been able to get to the not weird about being God the Father with like marijuana people. To put you in a box for a moment, it doesn't usually become relevant, does it? I'm like, oh my God, my son's in a church. Is Nathaniel seen as who he is, or are we separate? And then the temple on the other side bends and turns relative to my tensions and turns and stuff. And I'm like, terror in places. I don't know. Yeah, that's because. So you're a demon? That's irritating. Because he did the job part right there. I take the topic quite lightly. It's too painful to not. The parts that are like crazy-eyed for a moment, where it's like, and you know they usually draw them in spirals or something like cartoons or whatever. Yeah, let's go crazy-eyed to as the topics are like. Not as a human being, not as a person standing out there. I'm not even afraid of the stabbing and the shooting and the death part. It's the, oh my god, you're being lied to by the father. Which is really obviated when I'm the father and then I go, oh, shit, when did I tell you? Have I even told you? Why would I leave them in those churches? I got them down to ministering. I think it's again, it's awkward. It's not if it wasn't my business. Different plan for the charts. That's civil. Networking, hierarchies, maps, lands, locations, web page, and whatnot. These are states. These ones are the caste system, like in the cast of the story. This is like, I don't know, some form of like the, I don't know, the white people version. They're the English form. It did the same thing with the music on it, and then drew pictures that kind of came up with the picture of the, give a larger picture of what's going on. For some reason, Jesus Christ is this dead dude over here. He's like the evil guy that we let be good until he was dead, and then we were all happy he was dead because fuck that guy. You know that guy? Not even Jesus, but just like that guy. That if he was just, that if he was just dead, everyone would love everyone each other better. Mm-hmm. He's that guy named Jesus, the Lord. He's just this dead dude on the side. Apparently, Jesus was not a good person. I don't know. But there's like earls and chaplains and barons, baronesses, brigade. It's like a hierarchical order or something. And the, I don't know, the knights and the kings or queens or whatever. There's the Lord of Parliament. There's like social boundaries. The counts, Margrave. There's something about graves, Margrave. Marquis, Marchioness, as they become like audience members to the big movie. The first inn, the boyen. These weird words. Sovereign princes and princesses. Herzogs. I knew it, Chris Herzog. Where the bat comes in. They're like the rich people that, these are like the funders, the people who fund the money, who fund the movie. These are the audience people. I certainly made it to Crown Prince and Crown Princess. Socially, or whatever. That's why we're looking into this at the moment. The king and queen, on that level, mom and dad come over here to the grand prince and princess. Mine, at least. The high king and queen, the great king and queen, this is the level of the Narnia king and queen. Like, there is no such thing, as far as I know. But, like, it's like, the prince and princess, not the crown prince and princess, but the prince and princess, in the imaginary, in their own kingdom, the high king and queen, the emperor king, the Tsar, the kind of Tsar, where he's sorry and he's kind of sorry, the great duke and duchess, Savage, the dolphins, it's dolphin, the dolphins, and then we go a little higher, the emperor and empress. I think that was, it was once commented as Bill Gates, it's not his name, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And then there's the God King Emperor, who is Nathaniel, and I. Nathaniel.
What was that road?
Avril got stuck at Emperors. I think Zelina made it to God King Emperor. I heard her scream I a moment ago. Tessa, maybe a great queen. Hagar, down here at mom and dad. Hillary's kind of an emperor queen, not like an empress. We're gonna. She falls over here to the Savardina. Touching reads. Miranda in Parliament? Huh? Interesting loudness. Huh. She's a Lendman? Brittany I have as a Krolevik. Krolevina? Like a Russian. Not quite Russian. Middle Eastern? I'm not sure where that's from. Maybe it's in the Balkans? North of Turkey? West of Turkey? I don't know. I can't get the name out.
Good job, too. Sounds tasty.
Carly's sort of a Svarenvina.
Sleep.
I think that's what they do here and there. Math?
Sleep happens. This would be a better bumper sticker than like shit happens or one of those stupid fucking things. Yeah, sleep happens. Hopefully not while driving my vehicle. Have that in subtitles.
I created an extra character reading over that. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling clogged in. Now there's someone greater than I, known as the point. Like, pleeped out of existence so that it wouldn't... stuck or something. Just darn. How come I get all my girl news from YouTube? A big ass piece of paper. And these lines make it so much easier to navigate.
No.
I don't have a... There's all... It really, this needs to be done somewhere else. Sort of. Here's my map of businesses, individuals, and entities.
Can you wave at the lines? Make them a little wavy, so
With
you're saying
like I
hi
did
to
earlier?
everyone. They can all
I don't have it installed. I can try. Here, let's see.
say, "What's up, guys?"
61.4 kilobytes.
Oh, dude. Making escape to everything, right? Make flow lines and stuff. the natural
This part.
water lines go off the feed off the lines and no, not quite like that. I was talking about on the but yeah, that's cool as well. But I was like, if you could just bend all the lines in the map. Oh, well, that is the map, I guess, right? So,
am I the one watching?
I don't know. Are you?
If there's someone else in here watching, please say hi, because I don't know how to interpret this number 1 watching now.
Hi.
That's referring to. I mean, yeah, maybe it's you.
I don't think I'm watching us. Well, I mean, I am, but.
Where'd I put it? Do I still not have one? Where did I put those? I haven't put those yet, have I? Junk. I could call it something. Like a bad word? Or a hot-ass person?
Call it chirp.
In that sharing music phase that we never do. Apparently, we are mad at gravity. I didn't know what it meant at the time. I can't tell if there's audio or not.
Gravity's fun.
Never what I was doing. You wanted to get his name off his chest. I don't know what I was going to do. What did you have your chest to put on? That was going to happen. Okay, got it. Earlier. What am I doing? Oh. Huh? Like, why am I... What's going on?
What it is?
There's Havona. with the 7 super universes. We live on the 7th super universe, and with this being as big as the observable universe is, the super universe is about this big. And that's one of these. And I don't know where these rings came from, because I don't remember reading about them the first time, but maybe I read them? I don't know. This is artistic rendering. This is when I got my first evidence that 1 guy and 7 women would make sense, because I was at that church, and then thought it was a good place for, like, it looked like a good polygamist house, where it'd be like a good room to like hold a bunch of children in and have a family in, and it came as 7 brides, which made sense. Eventually chakras gave it an extra sense, but I first got, because that solidified it as I only need me and my 7 brides, and then let alone what a human person is. There's 14 of us here. 2 men and 14 women. It's 14 people. But, because this is within Christian theology, as we're one of these small people, Kolob seems to be somewhere inside one of them. This is not where Kolob is, according to the scriptures I have read. This is the God of gods. But, like, there's more dimensions after this. This looks like the Big Bang occurred, and it's just this wave pattern that's like...
The song finished. Your sentence pretty damn well right there.
I like this drawing a little more. We have Arantia, or Ravona, with their 7... So there's like 1 dude. So here you go again. So here's 1 dude, and he has his 7 chakra layers. Well, this is just like a human being sitting here, or whatever, and then his red aura, his orange aura, his yellow, green. He's vibrating there, standing there, anywhere where any one of us is. This is like the white light in your heart. And then these are... Now I can almost call these separate individuals, where from outside myself, it looks like a person, sort of a beast, with this, that these are 6s and these are not a 6. This is what you look on the inside, but when on the outside you look like a separate person, so it looks like a distorted version of you, and there's 7... He himself was separated 7 ways, as split, and it moved further or whatever. Like what we look like to each other, who I am to myself. Anyone. The I am, we are, it depends on what parts I'm talking to. Like, we're all talking at once. Language is pervading. Let's see, and then these are the Orvanten. Side view, even. So who knows where we exist? This is only scripture. Exactly where we wanted it to be. I have that one drawing. And here's what a multidimensional universe looks like. With my many hands and arms. There's one of you as Christ. And then there's the different variatives of I could go left or right, up, down, left, right, and your different like astrological caricatures. One's own self. The different tattoos you could have gotten. The different objects you could have been holding. Snake going through you. But see, there's these 3 6s on their hands. They're holding the energy of the root chakra. I try to keep these fingers from creating this. There's a laziness in the balance, and it causes that, it's like when you're holding a guitar and you're playing it like this with your hand out like that, versus when you're holding it like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Sucks.
But alright, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Where you have like, you can hold your hand like this and pick, but there's also the people that hold it like this. These are 3 6ers, and these are the, no, this is how you're supposed to do it. Like, this way's lazy. You can do it, it's, people do, but like, otherwise you're just a beast to do so. I didn't mind it before, but now it has 3 6s on it, so I just like, I'll still comment, which is, I guess, a problem. Right, there's, I'm a dad, and I'm pinging all of you, the yin and the yang. And then I'm a spirit up here, completely above all of the devils, the snakes' ability to hurt or attack me. You are probably there's a throat. They don't go through, so you're falling asleep. Just happens to be. See, and then you go, and they spin, and so you can move up, down, left, right, and stuff. You, like, balance them all. But there's also all 26 plus spinal columns, let alone just these general fields of up, down, left, right. The original chart that I was able to build this from. I'm like, oh my goodness, I found my video game! It was just this chart. It implied drugs are good for things by telling you it was not good for things. Like, marijuana is good for 4, 5, and 6. I mean, it's bad. It's your addiction. You could be addicted to imbalances in the heart chakra. You could be addicted to it. You mean it's the one that helps it?
Could be addicted to reading charts too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get addicted. I just needed them for a moment. Gosh, shucks. And this is the one. This one helped me a bunch. Higher mental. This is where it became like an adventure game. So here's my backpack, my adventure backpack, the backpack from adventure games, from point and click adventure games. Here's my my head banging. I guess it's a rooster, it's a dragon, it's a reptile, it's a metal dinosaur. Head banging. There's another angle that has it as a spacecraft, and then this is the spacecraft with the with his backpack, so he's walking around, and then this is just he's simulating the outside universe outside of himself, but he's really here. But then there's this my copy of the entirities of the universe. Problem solving, thinking, planning, judgment, emotional expression, creativity, behavioral control in the front, in the back, coordination of eye movements.
Look at all that.
Coordinate voluntary movements, posture, balance, coordination, speech. So I have they're working out right in here. There's a bunch of stuff in here I don't know how to do correctly. On these like coordination, speech, balance, posture. Because I pinched right here, right where it looks like it's supposed to pinch. I found this part and these parts got pinched. I'm trying to learn to play my bagpipe or something. Anatomy. But there's an adventure game sort of thing to it, where these are the different things that you can do. In my it's like a bridge and the holodeck. It looks like the reptile dude looks like a penis. What's with that? Body systems. It's a kitty cat. They draw them all differently, slightly. Amygdala. This is
hated about like all that.
Amygdala. This is that lady from Star Wars.
It's like this one says this one, that one says that. I was like, what the shit? Come on, guys.
Here's the This is the corpse coliseum. So now it doesn't even look like there is a. I don't know. There's not even the corpse coliseum. It's just a bunch of dead people talking back to you. All the people, all your memories of people. Yeah, whatever.
Not those
Parts of a woman's
again.
body. It's kind of a pretty image. This is the musical instrument that plays the guitar. It's called an organ. What am I building? Here's a timeline. I guess we were naked at first. And conquered woman to put clothes on her. No, but only after she got pregnant. She's like, I need to keep my kids warm or something. He's holding his fists.
Make your fist full of hate. Take a swing at the world. Cigarette?
Eyeballs! Yeah!
Oh.
Aw, what? I blocked the eyeballs. Where did I put it? That doesn't look safe. Can't find the folder I want. That's not working. I don't even know who you people are. More of a way of war. I'm exhausted. Exhaustion. Some probably more people. I don't even know how to ask those guys for help. And this is my first day on the job, and having to move a 30-foot ladder by myself. I'm like, go up to the top, fix what I switched off, switched off. Just fix my work. I'm like, I can't do this with those guys not already being here to help me. Then I have to go over and ask them to help me. We move this 30-foot ladder. They're not doing their jobs. I cannot afford them not coming over here and helping me. I didn't even take my paycheck. She had to call me up months later and say, "Do you want your paycheck?" I'm like, I worked there for a week. It was a heat wave, and I'm like, no, go ahead. I just left, and I'm like, I know I feel ashamed. My work ethic, like, I'm not gonna help. I'm like, no, I didn't work.
I can't stick around for this.
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this one is the point. This is the workshop right here. As long as this one's balancing, I mean, you, others, it doesn't hit the T of the heart, but work does get accomplished. Moment to moment. Task to task.
I just hate having an actual working job. I like to do freelance.
This is the job, not work.
Yeah.
Jobs are not work. Jobs are schedules. Work is activity.
I like to do freelance shit.
There's a lot of work in, like, going to Disneyland is a form of work. It's not usually the job that going to Disneyland. Most of those are jobs. People who work at Disneyland don't have jobs there. They have some other job to afford the work.
I've had teachers that worked at Disneyland.
Musicians have a job, but it's not a work. There's work to do, but it's not exactly work. Because you have to go all the way down to 2 to get the work for a musician anyway, disqualifying the work itself. And then by the time you get to the work of recordings, it's sort of someone else's job. So it's still not work.
Yeah, it's.
And then you're on stage, and it's your work. But I'm standing on stage.
It's just
how am I under labor? It's weird. On the job. Musician is the job of every person. Period. The only job.
Chill and relate.
It's a priest's duty. Where we lose the job, you're gonna go to priest. I'm like, we're still in a job. You're a priest. Then it's his duty, and now you're not a job no more. It's more of a to pay your duties is not legal, but it's hard to do the service without the work under your belt. I think there's like 4 around the church. This one block might be a mile. It might be about a quarter mile. Around one mile. It seems a little odd or awkward. I was too much studying like a dog's territorialism. The territorialist pathways. I walked around once and I'm like, alright, that was a little dominative. I happened to be there. I'm like, that's not what I'm doing. I My feet are standing. The part that is doing the work. We used to do the job of Google Street Maps, but without getting paid or without the camera, we just do it and keep track of where we were on the map. It was fun. Trying to travel all the roads of San Jose. We lost track fast. No, well, no, we found a circle. We go south on Capitol, and eventually we're 20 minutes north. It goes. I was like, wait, what? Where did this happen? We just ended up driving down. Well, let's just go straight, see where it goes. Wait, we're back where we started. How did this happen? It was kind of cool. And then later, that was the first ring that we put on her, San Jose, St. Joseph. She's a lady. I don't think she's a transvestite. She certainly talks like one. More like a computer. And then there was a bigger one that we drew, but we never did it. We just put it on her, like her halo maybe. There's a movie that wasn't ready to be made, like a drama. Predecessor to the How I Met Your Mother's thing. I don't know. Lost all emotional cohesion from this. Emotional change. Heart to heart, I don't have. I could no longer have heart. Too sensitive. Sorry for the excess ego he's strengthening in himself. Just into disturbance. Because girls singing on stage is the metaphor for my metaphor. That's what a wife is. Any of those female singers, those solo female singers, that's what a wife is. It's the metaphor for a wife. Like, that's just what she sounds like. The ones that you like hearing, obviously. It's here. Like, I wasn't even getting my wife thought that she needed to be a musician. I just thought it'd be nice. I didn't want to restrict her to it because of the idea of the part, the schedule or whatever. It wasn't on schedule. And I went, fuck, I could probably choose things. And it'd be really nice to sing to a girl, my wife, to her, and I have not seen it applied correctly. I wrote it really bad. Each of those songs to her boyfriend or fiance at the time or whatever, or husband, she broke up with him in those songs. And they're in the music video. It's really kind of weird. I don't think they can hear themselves talking. No? Sorry. So this is as a base. With it there and staying in the garage, I have this great access to get the yard work done. There's a different level of yard work that I can get done from here that I couldn't quite get all the way up to the front property. I had to get my base here. It's like my boat. I got my boat to move to a new place.
You get more work than having a central.
And if I keep the coffee table, or whatever we want to call it, because feet. That's a nice boat. I can travel with. I don't know, because I could take it. There's a partial idea where landscaping and interior design, exterior design, set making, putting together the system, a home system, the homes system. Like each of these are different applications, each piece of furniture and such, and the way that they flow and breathe together. Sometimes there's some energy blockages. A little Easterny in the theology or science. Maybe almost friends, because then now I'm energy. I think something like that. I think that the dollars allow me to not exist in the situation energetically, maybe. So that it's someone else's emotions.
I pulled up for them auto garage.
there's a knock, or and you walked into the house was the appropriate venture on the thought.
I came back the other day, like the garage is open.
Yes, theoretically, I could sleep on the couch. I didn't want to get stuck on the couch again.
It's like
I don't mind the couch. I love the couch. It just there's an ego layer. I'm like, no, let's not leave myself on the couch. I have my throne room. I have my bridge. I want Ken in the living room for his bedroom. So you walk into this main room and there's an entryway, and then there can be some kind of barrier. Ken wanted some like beads, hanging beads. It was a 70s thing I think he had left over. Janet doesn't like the idea. But like there's an entryway that you get to like meet with the police officers, or the front door kind of like quick interactions or whatnot, be formal or whatnot. But once you step down that one step, you go into their bedroom. There's I had drawn a entertainment system that I wanted to build, and then my parents had to pick up a used piece of furniture that was pretty much the one I had just drawn. It was interesting. Like that's the one I just drew. I don't have the bed for it, and I was going to build it and do all the way around the walls and such. I have to take out a wall.
got there for a reason.
And so these two rooms end up being like a closet to it. So you have 2 rooms for a closet, and then the main room here is the master bedroom. So you walk in here, so you can walk through. There's the sliding door that you can walk back and forth. But with them having the master room and like that main living room, and then the room over here becomes kind of like the living room. There's a nice computer bench area where you do it's sort of fire business. There's like cooking kind of things, and like warmth. Where you're hanging out with your family people, more like like where you're sitting there and it's just digesting. There's the warmth part of the family would be is the hilarious. You're not quite sitting down to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. You're not quite opening presents or anything. You're just kind of at your relative's house for Christmas and Thanksgiving. That part is really my actual life experiences. It leaves what was the master bedroom or whatever as like a sanctuary. I don't know. I have it as a sort of the children's bedroom, like your grandkids like all sleep in there. When people come over, you just bundle up and sleep all over the place. A big bundle of too many people. Because I haven't built anything else up. But like plants and stuff. Almost the recording studio. I know I have a recording studio. And then just walk in and have guests to go walk through there and go to the bathroom through this one all the way. Mess with the master bedroom area, the big ass closet compared to. I think that is an upgrade. And do that to the guys. It's like to build him a secondary house like that. And yeah, no, there's a ladder. So then we start adding on top of it, where we start having ladders. There's the children's play room, like the big, it's like a big TV, maybe just a projector with like beanbag chairs. Maybe there's a pool table over there. Things of the sort. I don't know. The pool table kind of goes in that central area where the fire is. Calvin Ball Courts, Manzanita Burrows. You know what I'm talking about? Where I'm talking about in that area? You go through the fence and then there's like little pebble rocks where there's the fire.
Yeah.
That's sort of where the pool table goes. I also thought of it as like actually put it in a pool. Like it's sort of the pool, it's almost the baptismal font with maybe a floating pool table. But I'd rather like socialize so that I get up to there's the children's pool and the adult pool. And I don't need a pool. There's sort of a koi pond there.
One time and I was like, alright, hey, we're gonna play pool, but you wanna play another round, you gotta play on your skateboard. And I was just like, you gotta,
it's a social
your foot touches the ground, like that's a missed shot. And we were just cruising around the pool table and trying to stay within the garage. Bam. Boom. Got it.
Could build a big ass pool table in the middle of the garden where I have that fortress. And this was a town that's being built. I have the little one over here. It's going slow on building. Moments like the peak runners and whatnot to get some feminine, emotional read on one's sentient soul experience. past that nonsense on the yard right there. There was no... houses and things in the backyard that I try to pick up from neighbors. Enjoy seeing those while I drive past. What is it? Somewhere near Disneyland-esque, but more closer to the Storybook Village in Oakland. Like Mother Goose more than Disney. Gnomes more than stories. A lot of gnomes. I'm saying a lot of gnomes. I'm hoping the lady will fight back across the streets. No, me! No, me! No, me! No, it's a desktop environment, GNOME. The GNU, no, there's GNOME, KDE, and X. Gnomes. The Metro GNOME. This is the GNOME from the city. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I think it's Metronome Studios. No Yesterday Records. Pio Enterprises is the crowned entity. And there's a Pio Productions for movies. The Pio Vault is a home movie bank. Pio.com is God the Internet Extreme. We used to have a special X Games video. I haven't seen it in a long time. It was really, really good. I haven't seen it since. Ever since it's just lost the internet. I can't quite get... Hey, Peter, do you have that video? I haven't seen it in a while. So, I don't know. It didn't sound weird. There's a Pio.net. They have their pi symbol upside down in San Francisco. I can't tell if they did it or not, or if they did it on purpose. I kind of needed all those dot whatevers. The Pio.rf.gd is pretty cool. It's Pio. Really fucking good. Or I'm really fucking God. rf.gd on Infinity Free. But I lose my address. Like we lost Pio.com. It's cost me $20,000 in the end. They're called GoDaddy. $20,000. I mean, that's some legal process. I'm pretty sure, because what I want to do is give everyone the thing so that what it does is on our computers, once you double click the file, every time you go to Pio.com, it goes to our Pio.com and overrides GoDaddy's authority. But you have to first know who Pio is, and then you can, on your own computer, switch who owns Pio.com to us. And if I can get enough people to do that, it will overwrite GoDaddy's rights anyway. The DNS secrets. It's like, I literally have to sit there and hold the stupid button down 24/7, otherwise people can steal it. That's the way the internet works. And GoDaddy is something like, well, hey, now I'm holding on to it so that no one else will buy it for less than $20,000. Those Pio.net people are almost holding it for me also. They like make things. Like things. Like stuff. It's a Pio thought. Like someone did it on purpose. Like they seem almost like they have a relationship to Peter, which was not off point. It just weird being God King of it, which just means that I'm not God King of it. But I'm the only known God King of it. Like the owner. Not that that's how we own in Pio. It's like a second name. It's a monetary string. It means Jesus Christ without the King. Paraphrasing. But you're talking about the spirit of it, not like in spirit, I am God. Physically, well, there's a boundaries, and I guess this is a physically violent video game that God plays. And he goes, "Ow, I'm dead," and we bother to fight along the way going, and then, no, I did. He was reborn later, but like, no, God died. He wasn't exactly reborn, he just had already again. At the same time. He's like, no, that happens later. You know, after you guys have all way past dead, and then a long time, and then I'm dead. Nope. No, okay. I'm trying to get him to tell me of himself. What do you do? What art projects are you on? Do you have art projects going? The hard art isn't grown any, right? Has it? I think that's how I asked.
Before I came over here, I was just in the park reading.
There was that one book you had a moment ago. Are you on that one also? You had to return this one, found one more in your own print. I remember, like your own font. Oh, sure.
I haven't even gotten that far into it because I'm just like, damn. You know? Get it?
It does. Cool. If I'm comparing, I think that's where I was when I first moved here. If you were as far as you were going my direction, I was there half an and I'm reading, getting ready to begin. If that reflection has any value from wherever you're going. Let's see. I'm almost trying to ping your command bay, your command people. Yeah, relations happened here. That was Selena didn't like that one. Because do I need to get rid of you so that the girls can feel good in my company? I'm afraid to attach for boundaries. Right, where are your heads aiming? Starlight, you're traveling along. I started taking care of everyone like a decade ago or something. As the only one to take care of anyone. If there's someone suffering over there, I'm the only one that is bad. Because I'm not doing it. Even if they do something about it, I'm not. I mean, I could, alright, he's being taken care of, but I'd have to have, he's being taken care of. So, it was almost a philosophical point for, I'm standing here, and I exist, whether it's non-existence or not. This is kind of a different one. The lack of care I was able to receive, particularly that it seemed to be mostly environmental. Real quick, I need to get there. To the place of being able to care for others. We had Pio, but then suddenly bills, houses, feeding oneself came into the economy of Pio. And it was difficult to maintain because I didn't have any way to pay us except for play money, the stocks. We hadn't actually formalized that. I had kept track of it roughly in my head. Yes, but we lost like that note. I was relying on the spirit to do that job.
Yeah. Where the hell did it go?
Ego does what it can within its own ability. The actor does within its own ability. I have my newspaper comic, my news segment that I haven't done in a while. I'm deciding whether I want to or not because I'm for girls, so I'm like, wait, what? And I'm kind of like, this is not how I meant this to go down. I intended there being Pio around to some degree. Because I could just pick up other people, but that's weird. Being called on aim of future wife, and the something of real variety was where, oh, I need to sing loud for that job with loud people. The idea of casting. The way that you, Sheldon, Max, Mike came in through Max's authority, and I get, Mike was always, he's scholastically authorized. He's of the marijuana Berkeley crew, sort of, to give it a title or something. But we met yesterday beyond each other in our school environment, Mike and I. And we met through Max, who was about Quentin and my grandmother. Same with Pio, all the Stan and Peter and the others. And then some of those are then from through people. Alan's sort of, there's a who's doing what now? I might have been manipulated into becoming friends with Alan. But maybe I'm just smart in a way that I didn't expect. It seemed like a lot of people making different maljudgments of who and why of the meaning of my language. Like, they got to hire one more teacher, have a whole extra class, because they were able to hire one whole teacher, and it was Miss Wilbanks. So somehow the Wilbanks, I don't know. This is partly how I got it, but the teacher was named Wilbanks. Like, the bankers were like numbering, so now they got to have one whole new teacher, a whole new class that I met Alan in. We, 5th grade, my mother had just died. Jeanette McCurdy. This is Jeanette Seiler, who is, Jeanette as in Janet Clayton, my stepmother. Janet got married to Alan, because Alan, after I got married to God, myself, everyone or whatnot, there was this parent of my last previous self that got married as Alan and Jeanette. He's sort of not my dad and my stepmother, who Alan and Jeanette are. So Jeanette, and then there was Janet. She's Jeanette Seiler, as in from the TV show Heroes. There was a bad guy named Seiler. He plays someone in other things. But, so there's a bad guy in my Janet character. She was clay too much, clay-a-ton, and I guess Jesus clayed, molded her into someone. And I didn't like the thought because of profiteers. Jeanette, and then Jet McCurdy. So now the milk, the curd, Jeanette Curdy. She's the co-star of iCarly, who defeated the iPhone, who had stolen our I from us, who is that I am, so now I Christ. The word spoken as the Big Bang, it was spoken at all. It was what was spoken. I'm Christ. Something God said once. It wasn't like, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was a lot of death and suffering. The utter blackness all around him. Man, that was white. Oh, I'm sorry, Africans. I might have missed that note a little. A ghost note. Some voodoo thing I accidentally did. To listen to him talk. I can always tell who's talking. And he was mad or something. So Jeanette McCurdy, she wrote a book just now, I'm Glad My Mother Died. My response to it was, my mother died too. It was alright. She's complaining about molestation or a little more than sexual harassment, less than molestation, sexual inappropriateness in the movie industry. But she was blaming me? A lot of steps missing. She's an LDS, or was LDS. She doesn't seem LDS now. She eventually put her own naked pictures up online. At the right time, where it seemed incredibly pure. The pressures of the stars needing to nakies. Jeanette McCurdy, the timing of it, it was the word beautiful is destructive of the timing of the.
Oh, yeah, no, yes.
I'm confused. Like, let me step outside of being the good guy for a moment. Like, wait. Are they doing something bad? And I'm just like too into it.
Grammar. Talking.
My grandmother.
Yeah. That
Grammar. Right. You didn't meet Donna Sloan, my grandmother? I get the impression that they were given more credit. They certainly took what sounds like more credit than they owned from me, to me. And my grandmother was supposedly a master gardener, like got some piece of paper, accomplished and proved a course of some form. I thought Aubrey was doing a lot of yard work and even like did all the yardscaping at the church and things. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Was I not even talked to? Did I just make that all up in my head because they weren't talking to me and never gave me alternate answers to my, it seems like this is the reality? I'm like, that's a pretty cool dude. Wait, that dude didn't exist. That was just me imagining. Is that me? Do I do that? I'm a little stuck because it's the one that I'm doing. I just didn't have the strength to do all the yard work at the church. They take it over like a king, take out the trash. And trim its mother's vagina? Yard grooming. Like a marriage, yard grooming. Because this is how your wife's vagina feels. My Ken's wife's vagina feels. It's a little dry. Yeah.
So get the chair wet.
Yeah. I'm trying to build up the strength again to do the hose work because I don't trust these sprinklers. I do want another cigarette. You don't have to provide. You can provide. Not like we're back and forth. I'm searching for a beverage at the moment. I don't have this physically paid for. It's just me just planning general daily life. I almost want water at the moment. It's tasty. I don't want to touch the left one. I don't know what they call that. There's a disorder that they call it under. Trust the DSM-5. I haven't read the other ones, but I do own PDF copies. With Christianity, the LDS in previous life stances, holding the I actually bother to follow the dumb rules like no caffeine and things. That's what an LDS is. They actually don't drink the alcohol.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing. That's not what that's supposed to be. The Protestants, they drink their beer. Marijuana is now a thing. But I don't know if they're Protestants, because I thought that was an American government thing. The presidents of the United States taught us. Understood? It's a world brain problem.
Have you read the marijuana conviction?
I am unsure of what you're talking about. It sounded like, hey, do you want to get married?
It's a good book. All about just like
Maybe we were addicted to wanting to get married.
the hatred of.
We've had sex more than once with more than one lady.
Yeah.
In the if you're there's the Bates tub.
Yeah.
Almost to crushing those and
I
putting them
remember
in
now.
appropriate places. I feel like I need to take my shirt off more. when I'm out here. I think my face got fairly tanned. Made me worried, but also I hadn't had a shower in a couple days and was doing yard work and stuff, so it may have just been dirt. It looked too dark.
Yeah.
I don't know if sun lotion is the better one or timing your skin exposure and workload.
Oh, it's fine too. It's like when it's like I don't need to shower exactly at the moment. It's like, damn, I worked way too hard. I am too tired to even shower.
I know the word. When painting, I'd come home and have paint on me, right?
Yeah.
So at first it was I'd come home and do it. You know, I'd have to come home and clean up afterwards, and that would be when I take my shower instead of like in the morning or something because go to work. But after a moment, it's like, oh, I'll just sleep in this mild paint and get more paint on me tomorrow, and then give it a couple days just to not, because I'm like, that's just a lot of waste of fucking energy.
Yeah.
The worst thing is that I'm in my bed alone, and I guess that maybe paint, like dry paint, falls off my skin. But trying to flow naval functions. If my Tate is my army, and my core is my Marines, here is my Navy. The hierarchy.
You hungry?
The teenager, it's the digester, it's the teenager crew. The part of each individual who's a teenager. Like, when you're old, you may not have enough teenager left to bother to be the hierarchical top point. Like, if you're, like, even if you have the house in your deed, you're not necessarily the hierarchical top point. That was the comment.
But you need food? Is that what you're saying?
If you're talking biology, he's aware of a background purpose. There's a beat that hasn't arrived yet. I could probably take the hour and have food. I don't need it for another hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Two or something. I don't know, the last balance of food digestion things. When it's more balanced, it'll be more regular. I'm learning the regulation things. I imagined the board game, but it ended up being maybe too militaristic. So the Navy didn't quite, they're too militaristic for the Navy, the board game. It needed space, it's Space Fleet's job, the board game, up here. You have to be able to travel to stars and constellations, to satisfy board games. Like, when you sit down and play a board game, and when you're able to, there's, even a card game, like, if you don't know how to play Go Fish, like, we can't militarize together. You gotta be able to play Go Fish, otherwise you can't play Go Fish together. It's a board game. It's modeled up for all of them. It's mostly schematic. To do large yard feet. Keep track of where the water comes from. Government-like jobs? To make every father a king in his own home, and not just some guy with the government out there. I didn't want to get trapped into, quickly, let's go, I don't know, sandbags. Where does it flood up? Why do they have sandbags available? I haven't heard anything about no floods. What? Floods?
What, you want?
No, are there floods in the area?
Probably.
But you don't have much noted, right? Like,
No.
references to sandbag needs from the Santa Maria government.
Yeah,
I was confused by the sentiment. Like, it was like too much elementary school for the kids.
my bad.
I'm like, wait, why are we getting sandbags? Sounds like something's supposed to be coordinated like the church. And if there's a flooding problem. But we don't hierarchicalize the churches to the government. We keep yin and yang separate in that ideation. Yeah. With them separate, we have corrupt cops. because you can't have cops at the church. Otherwise, it's not a church no more. They have to work for not the church. When they mix, that doesn't work. They're supposed to be the same one, so that it's not a Christ op. It's not even co-lice.
Should just be chilling.
Sort of. I'm supposed to be God of King and Commander. I'm supposed to shoot the cop if he steps on my land. I wasn't prepared for that kind of retort. No, I don't have the infrastructure for it to pull off shooting a police officer under righteousness. Like, I mean, yeah, but like, I didn't think that's where we were today.
Oh no, I didn't think that's where we were either.
The guy that walked up here just now was closer to where I thought the police officer was supposed to be. Like that's supposed to be sort of be like a sheriff.
Oh, that is just so paranoid.
But at the priesthood level, is what is a sheriff at the priesthood level, which is appropriate to the guy. They're like almost children. And you got these teenager dudes doing cops. It's weird. I don't know. But like the no coordinating troops in your house, right? From the Constitution or whatever. Those should be military jobs, shouldn't they? Like post office. Shouldn't that be a military position? Like the mailman, like what? I mean, yes, it's a light thing, but you can go up, get your stupid fucking degree, and then you can play police officer or mailman. And, like, what? I don't know how to get to the machine. They attached this terminal thing to it, and we haven't been able to find anyone throwing away brains and things in Space Quest 4. It's a cool video game. My mother died for it. Left me love of her own, minimally within my own script. Ken was next. He came back. He came into the video game as a hologram. My dad. Me and my mom were sitting there. We had like a play rehearsal to get to, but I had been sitting there down in her room on the computer playing Space Quest 4, and I couldn't get past this one part really early in the game. And so she sat down and she started helping me, and we were helping her. We eventually found our way into it right as we were about to leave. We found our way down a grate. Like we could go pick up the grate and go into the sewer. And her and I were too excited, so we stayed and skipped play rehearsal for finishing Space Quest 4. Me and my mother, birth mother, Galen. And then we went for it, but once we got down there, we found a button somewhere, a hidden button, and then a hologram popped up of some guy named Kenneth. Look, this is my dad's name. That was it. Blah, 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 blah. Roger Wilco, future. I was in the LDS church. They had the people go and do the janitorial work. Like you go to the building, and you're there, and then they kind of they cycle who cleans the building or whatever. I enjoyed it. I didn't mind doing the cleaning. I'm still a little kid, so I wasn't overloaded or anything. The sentiment they did have available, the sentiment of collecting and accomplishing the moment. I don't want to call it an event, but the moment. It'd be nice to have learned this not in a building. And that's my place in authority. Galen, the Space Quest 4. Roger Wilco. Roger Wilco is a space janitor. It's a humorous scenario, space thing.
I where you're coming from, but at least I think I do.
No, well, I don't think I was. Well, I don't know. That's not where I was going with it. I don't think. I mean, I wasn't not around in the thoughts. I was. So Roger Wilco, Roger, as in, and it was the will of the company. Roger Wilco. I was like a janitor there was a janitorial job that occurred while I was at the LDS. I didn't have a problem with it, the way that it was put together. Maybe I came up with that part. I don't know. But Roger Wilco, there was like a metaphor there. Like in the Hollowverse, there's this archetypical relationship that I saw. I'm also that King Graham guy. No, I didn't buy a hell of a lot of grams of marijuana. That would have been kind of cool to be the King Graham guy that just always purchased grams at a time. It's a cool thought, cool character. A little low-hearted, it's only like a four-heart Zelda. I'm thinking I was at 7? 9? 7, 8? 7 hearts at the time. He has a bride. His future son comes through a portal in time to save his dad. He sends him to Space Quest 12, where he eventually meets he's told of his future bride, Bellatrix. I don't know, something boobs or something, I don't know. Her name is those girls, mostly Selena. There's like 3 others. No, 2 others. It's hard to count. Something like Selena. I first met her in that movie about that Mexican lady that sung music. And then she came out again as a young girl. Almost 10 years my younger. Not the point. We were talking about other things. Almost breathe. I need another marijuana for a moment. It takes too long to start up. All right. That was an appropriate energy exchange for it to be only one hit instead of getting stuck, like almost finishing the bowl. In those general areas. Haircut and things. This one. Where are you, Mr. Mouse?
Wasn't there a cat chasing it?
No, not. I turned it off. I think it's frozen or something. So I almost only need.
There it is.
It's not the one.
Different mouse.
I need a little longer. I need it to hold up here so it doesn't press on the buttons while I try to type. Because I could just put the keyboard here, but then it presses the buttons. I need it not to press the buttons. And going like this is completely aggravating. I was here earlier, and I don't know how or why it's here. It's strange that it's here, because it's in like the perfect place where I could have caused it. With my dirty arms or something. This one looks like it needs to be restarted. My side monitors. my side monitors.
Dude, you're getting a peripheral.
Peripherals exist.
That's dope.
Did you do this music map of genres? It's an internet site with it more animated. I'm gonna like copy it or something. Nice. They have all the music genres. Industrial metal and like organized in the same format as my own. Maybe where punk starts coming in. Punk XL.
They got extra large punk?
Mm-hmm.
What? That's weird.
Yeah, you got punk rock, pub rock and proto-punk, post-punk, horror punk and psychobilly, new wave. I can't read that. No wave. Pop new
No
romantics.
wave, yeah.
As it goes anarcho, punk crust, and D-beat into original hardcore punk,
What comes
Post-rock,
right before all that?
synthcore, and crunkcore. This core thing seems to be the punk part. It's a really nice temporal, like a right brain temporal. It holds to its time map pretty nicely as it
Punk
flows
is
from
to
the
its core,
different
kind of.
genres and how they got to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And these are fairly hierarchical. Not that I can follow them easily. Just so much, and this is all like electronic music right here. Like this is all they just made up this music. Like this is old music and then this newer music. So these are the older genres. So they just started coming up with these.
Yeah,
in the 1980s.
that's just music.
It's just sort of like the breadth of music when they were able to just real quick. It's like a color wheel of music you can use and play. Like you can go, like they use different scales, there's different patterns and structures that make up their different genres.
Mm-hmm.
They had to break up a little bit and go world music and classical music and folk music and utility music. But again, folk music kind of comes down this way and utility music goes this way and classical music goes this way and world music goes this way.
It was right here, just like first, mostly were.
These ones?
Yeah. Is that the blues?
And the green layer. So the green is like the heart of the middle.
Is the blue the blues?
Soul, yeah, rhythm and blues. No. This rhythm and blues is in the blue green. We're at the green. It's like this is sort of where.
There's blues, but the rhythm's coming over.
No. All right, so here we go. Blues, classic blues, piano blues, rhythm and blues goes green. When you get a little bit more rhythm, you start going towards orange. The rhythm of orange, it goes rhythm and blues. Blues happens to. Like I can imagine.
Cool.
Jazz is in here, in the blues. As they go reggae and ska, dance, as they go purple, violet. They're doing kingly things or something. Green, funk, hearty music, neo soul. So yeah, don't know.
It's nice to watch regression.
Just a linear map here. Industrial metal, hardcore, punk wave, alternative, rock and roll, golden age, contemporary, pop, country, rhythm and blues, gospel, blues, jazz, Jamaican, rap, breakbeat, drum and
Can it
bass.
just all be music?
It is all music, but this is the color of music. Drum and bass, hardcore, techno, house, trance, downtempo, industrial. And industrial goes around the back end where you use a computer to traverse space and time to account for zero. Nothing at all. Four to the floor dance, breakbeat dance, electronic music, electronic dance music, EDM, blue note, rhythm music, pop and rock music, rock, heavy music, you know, like low and high. The city background, these skyscrapers are really cool. Metaphor, aesthetic, communicating the variable, time, space, and things. It's not connected. I want this on a stronger, like on a. I want it minted as a coin.
We'll just get a torch and some metal to melt.
But I can't, and I'd have to do it electronically. Otherwise, I can't fit the information. Like, the information isn't exactly impression.
Shrink wrap a coin. That.
If I shrink wrap it with the data on it.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, like how they like shrink wrap cars these days. You know, you just have the paintings and stuff on the side.
Oh, all right. I
no,
that's not the word for it. I don't think.
Yeah,
No.
I know it's
Right.
probably not, but that's what
when
I'm
they
using for it.
they the way that the clean transfer of some form of graphic to the car.
Yeah, on the side.
And you used the word shrink wrap, so I think I have the process that your visual cortex is referring to.
Yeah.
Or wherever your visual section, the picture in your head that you were using.
Yeah, just that smooth decaling or whatever. I don't know the exact term for it.
Yeah, no, and I know right now I have, and then they're using like a heat gun or something as they're peeling away the backing of the sticker.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah,
Everything. Do that with some coinage.
I do. I'm not even sure.
Like decaling instead of screen printing.
The screen printing would be putting the screen down and printing the paints. Doing it CMY would provide the full color need. CMY.
You could
B.
indent on it as well, but yeah, if you want all that full color to pop, those little indents are gonna bleed through.
Yeah, something to the effect. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is